back to what like Laz was saying, like about how they review bombed this game. Actually, I haven't seen how bad it was. I mean, it has mixed reviews. I wouldn't say that's bad.
Yeah,
though.
but so go to the reviews, like go to the mixed and click it, and
Yeah.
then look at reviews over 5 hours. You can see like playtime. There's like a little like box you can tick. You
Yeah.
can set it to 5 hours and above.
Oh,
Like
playtime.
above, like right. Yeah, you'll see a big difference.
It's over 5 hours.
Yep.
Not recommended. Not recommended. Recommended. Recommended.
Yeah, they fucked up and added anti-cheat. People aren't liking that. They must have just done that. Oh, 5 hours plus, not 0 to 5. You know, that's new because it was actually at a mostly positive, but I guess them adding the anti-cheat is bad. Yeah, everyone's saying about the anti-cheat they added.
What's wrong with the anti-cheat?
It's apparently making it so Linux players can't use it.
What's Linux?
It's a brand of computer.
I mean, bro, just get a fucking better PC, right?
Like actually.
No, I was joking.
Yeah,
I was
don't
joking.
complain
I
about
was
the
joking.
anti-cheat.
I was joking. I was
I
joking.
mean, honestly, using a Linux, like no one should be using a Linux.
What is a Linux, bro? I don't even know what the fuck is a Linux. It's a Linux laptop or Linux PC.
Fucking
Fuck is
outdated.
this? Fuck is this? What the fuck is a Linux, bro? This is like my fucking internet modem, bro. Oh, it's an operating system. Is Linux good or bad? Oh, they are review bombing it. Not sure what all the review bombing is about, but this game is genuinely fun.
Holy shit, the guy's 102 hours on record? How?
Who?
The guy you're looking at. You can see their hours at the top
It
of
says,
their review.
oh shit.
That's crazy.
Developers in general always made games for Windows unless they want to bother going down the hole to support Linux. So is this realistically a bad thing or is every game like this? Guys, you guys gotta understand, I'm not a fucking tech nerd. Educate me on this. What Rain is saying here is, it just means like everybody who makes an MMO or like a game is just, they make it planning for Windows, not Linux. So like, in a sense, so this is like common, right? But since the game came out with Linux support initially, for God knows what godforsaken reason knows why, now that they release an anti-cheat so that people don't cheat, that doesn't support Linux, which is breaking people who thought it was supporting Linux, correct? So essentially, these guys went from like, yay, we finally get to play a game on Linux, to, oh shit, they released an anti-cheat, now we can't play. Holy fuck, let's go review bomb this game because now they don't support us like every other game doesn't support us neither. That's what I'm understanding right now. I could be wrong, but like, that's what I'm understanding from what you guys are saying right now. Because like you guys are saying this is like a common issue with other developers. It's like, why the fuck are people even complaining? Like they should be grateful that I even worked for Linux at the start. No? Or am I wrong? People crying because they expect to fix ASAP. So they're being entitled basically. Money and time.
Yeah, that's all gamers.
I mean, that's just weird though, because like, I mean, if the game didn't come out with an anti-cheat, right? And it's very popular, it's guaranteed to eventually get an anti-cheat, right? Because of how popular it is, right? It only makes sense that you would make an anti-cheat, right? So like, isn't this something to be expected of if you're using Linux?
The problem is you're using logic and facts. They don't like that.
Like this is like dumb. The anti-cheat is used in China, if I remember. So basically, all this review bombing is just simply because they released an anti-cheat because of how popular the game has been. Not saying that's why they released the anti-cheat, but granted, when a game is really popular, they're gonna come up with a anti-cheat because the game is popular to prevent cheaters within the game, which is completely valid, right? So they release an anti-cheat, and now these people are mad that their game doesn't work on Linux, even though 90% of the time, a game that releases with an anti-cheat doesn't support Linux, right?
That was just this review bomb. Before, it was just for review bomb for basically no reason. This is the second review bombing.
What you up to? I'm up to nothing much. Just looking at the review bomb that people were talking about. Damn, it was review bombed. That's insane. I mean, a lot of these like genuinely don't make sense though. Like, I mean, if a lot of anti-cheats don't support Linux, you're like bound to expect the game to break after an anti-cheat is released. Like, it's just not no life to game. So the first review bomb was because of time gating, which by the way, I am a complete advocate. 100%. I love time gating because, bro, like if there was no time gating, you would have the issue that Crystal Valin had. Right? So Crystal Valin, they released so many chapters and dungeons simultaneously. Like, let's say they would release for example, they would release level 30 and 40 together, right? And essentially what would happen in Crystal Valin, or for example like 40 and 50, right? So what would happen is you would get all this legendary loot in Crystal Valin at level 30, 35, 40, but a lot of people, since like the time gating in the Crystal Valin was really wonky because like it was good, but it had too much leniency, right? So people would be like, oh no, just ignore everything, go to like wait for tomorrow and then go from like level 30 to 50 to just completely like skip 30 gear, 35, 40, 45, and just be at 50 and just craft your 50 gear. You know what I mean? Like, it's really dumb. And I feel like this game does time gating phenomenally, by the way, because you're able to get this gear, and I have legendary gear, and I haven't felt like, oh shit, I should wait instead of going for the next gear. Like, it doesn't feel like that gear was already overpower creeped by another set of gear, which don't get me wrong, and that might happen tomorrow or the next week that comes around, right? But like again, Crystal of Outland, the gear you got at level 30 or like the legendary that you got at level 30 was instantly power crept because the next time gate opened up level 30 to 50 or like 30 to 45, right? And people would just wait. Like the whole game would release in like less than a week. Like it's just it's insane to me. Like so like that review bomb of time gating is completely stupid. Secondly, like a lot of people have lives, bro. Like don't get me wrong, this is a harsh topic, but people have lives. People want to play other games. People don't want to just no life. They don't just want to no life the game. You know what I mean? That's insane. So like okay. So first review bomb was because of time gating, which is completely stupid because I'm pretty sure by the time the game has been out for 2 weeks, time gating either won't be an issue or it'll be gone completely, right? It'll be like probably more lenient or it would be gone completely because they're releasing the game bit by bit, right? That's insane, dude. Like, why is time gating even hated? It's so stupid. First review bomb is because of that and because apparently the game is jank. What was it I read? I think I read something about like something like the game being like the story was like lackluster. Half of these morons probably come from Lost Ark or BDO. Honestly, true. You know what's like, okay, you know, even though I play Lost Ark, you know what's a sad thing that I've come to realize? A lot of Lost Ark players, they're so crippling stuck into Lost Ark that they refuse to believe there's another game that can come out that can do good as well. And it's like, I see it with every Lost Ark player, like honestly, like a lot of Lost Ark players, like I don't mean it in the bad way. It's fine to have love and cherish a game that you've spent so much time on. But I feel like there's people that genuinely, they refuse to want to like don't get me wrong, Lost Ark is an amazing MMO, but like how it's like, let's say you play Elden Ring, right? Amazing combat, everything. And then you go and then like a new RPG releases, Witcher releases, or Cyberpunk releases, right? And then you're like, oh, nah, I don't want to play that game. Or like you play it used to the combat that Elden Ring has, and then you go and you play Cyberpunk, you play Witcher, and like it's a good game, great game, amazing game, 10 out of 10, let's just say. But you just refuse to believe that because of you're like, oh no, I love Elden Ring more, or like, oh no, I've spent so much time on Elden Ring that I just enjoy Elden Ring more. I feel like that's just how it like a lot of people think that when they come from like a different MMO. I feel like a lot of people hate to support a new game, which is really weird because like you would assume people would want new games to play, but then people just refuse to support a game because either it doesn't meet their high as fuck unrealistic standard or because they just don't want to drop the game that they've been playing for the last 2 years, 3 years. I don't know, that's just what it feels like. But yet again, so like a lot of people have said from the first review bomb that I've read is like the story's lackluster, which it is up until like where you start meeting the first villain, right? On the other game just vanished if they move to something. But that's what I mean though. Like even if you spend time on a game, there's always something better. And I feel like not thinking that way is just like, I don't know, dude, it's really bad. Like there's things that can happen that can be amazing. Both games can be amazing at the same time. So they were saying the story was lackluster story, which it is up until you meet that one villain, Denzel Curry. We'll call him Denzel Curry. That's when shit got real. Like, bro, I like looked at Twitter, glanced at my screen, and I saw a kid died. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on in this game? I was like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, that death was crazy. Like, I didn't even think they would put something like that. That shit was insane. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I understand that the story was lackluster, but I mean, bro, it's like playing Lost Ark and spending 2-3 hours of your Lost Ark story to get to where Thyrane finally fights a boss. Bro, you know how long? I mean, I could just be a slow player, but you know how fucking long it took for Lost Ark to pick up its story? Bro, you were riding a little carriage. The carriage got knocked down. Apparently, Armin, for some godforsaken reason, bro, flies off the fucking carriage and almost is falling off the fucking bridge, right? And then you go to the church, fucking a bunch of yap no jutsu, and it's like, I'm pretty sure at the time there was no shift G, by the way. I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken, there was no shift G in Lost Ark back then. You had a raw dog that shit, bro. You had a fucking like balls deep that shit. Bro, there was a meme in Lost Ark. Where players would have like a whole fucking padded, like 2-story padded fucking armrest, bro. Nah, dude, that shit was wild. And like, you know, you gotta go through that church, and then you gotta go through that fiery village, and then, you know, Carmine pops up, And there's like nothing interesting. There's no interesting fighting up until Thyrane fights Volton and like the boss battle that happens there. That's the only interesting part where you retake Lutera. And the build up to that was like at least 6-7 hours long. If Lost Ark had a time gate, I promise you it'll be the same way this shit was. I'm telling you, bro, redo the story right now. From the carriage to where you retake Lutera Castle, I'm pretty sure nothing else important happens or interesting happens, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane to me. Like where did this expectation of like, holy fuck, the story has to get really good so fast comes through? Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it is lackluster. I can see why it's lackluster. I can see that. But again, it's like every story starts off slow. Just give it a chance, bro. What else was it? It was a lot of currencies. I will agree this game does have a shit ton of currencies, but I will say they are not hard to navigate. The currencies seem difficult, but I promise you, if you do a little bit of research, just a tiny bits, ask people, or just like research a little bit, it's the easiest thing ever. You know what I mean? It's like easy. And it's like, that's already 2 complaints that are like technically not valid because they're not bad. They're not. It's like when you're review bombing a game for these reasons, I feel like you should definitely take into consideration if this is normal, if the entire game is going to be lackluster of story, if the entire game is going to have insane amount of currencies that are going to be confusing, which it really doesn't if you really think about it. If you actually play the game and understand it. But I guess, you know, and that's one of the hard parts, right? Playing the game and having to understand shit, bro. People just like want shit handed to them, bro. Like Lost Ark, bro. Like it's so insane to me. Lost Ark has fucking honor shards. It has fucking royal crystals, blue crystals, fions, silver, gold. It had pirate tokens, four different sea tokens at launch. Like, gang, what are we saying? Like, bro, what the fuck are we actually saying, bro? I'm so dead serious. Like, bro, this shit's like, the reasonings for this shit is so stupid, bro. Like, it genuinely is so stupid, bro. Yeah, we got roster bound, character bound gold, event currencies. Like, bro, at this point, Lost Ark should be review bomb too, bro. What are we saying? And granted, I think Lost Ark is carrying I think Lost Ark genuinely is carrying the most recent MMO games. Like, don't get me wrong. Did it drop off? Is it a dead game? Yes. It for sure is. Now, how the way Destiny is going and all the hate that Destiny is receiving, I feel like Lost Ark is doing a much better job than Destiny is. In the current state of MMOs, I feel like Lost Ark is genuinely doing a better job. So I'd say Lost Ark is definitely carrying it. So I'd say like Lost Ark is a good standard. Does it have a lot of flaws? Yes. But its community loves the game. There's a reason why the community plays it a shit ton of fucking hours on it. Like, bro, you can't be serious, bro. This is so dumb. Like, I just explained the two things: story, lackluster story, time gating, and currencies, bro. It's insane. Lost Ark had it, bro, and Lost Ark, its issues were none of that. None of that was an issue for Lost Ark. So it's like, it's just dumb. I feel like people just don't actually want to support a game because they don't want to take time to actually learn the systems. It took us 5 minutes to explain it to you, and then maybe 20 seconds for you to look and understand. Yeah, bro. I was like, oh, okay, this is where you buy this. This is where you summon for wills. This is where you summon for clothing. This is where you summon for the mounts. Easy peasy, bro. Bro, it's just stupid. So that's the first mid at best storyline. I wonder how much time this guy has played in this game.
7 hours, it says.
Bro, my man's didn't even make it to where you hear Kirito's voice act. He probably didn't even make it to Denville, bro.
That's why he thinks it's mid. And quit immediately.
Like, gang, this guy didn't even let the story get good, bro. Getting assaulted by a dozen tutorial pop-ups. Bro, okay, hot take.
The tutorial.
Hot take. I would rather get bombarded with a dozen tutorial pop-ups than the game throw shit at me and not explain it. And have the community have to come up with a best-in-slot guide and, like, how to do shit. Like Lost Ark.
It even tells you what stats to go. It has, like, a thumbs up.
Bro, yeah, exactly. The game even tells you what stats to go. MMOs don't even tell you what stats to go. Like, this is insane, bro. I mean, all of that shit is, like, something for a different time. You know, maybe I'll highlight this entire thing and upload it to YouTube because this is actually interesting.
Yo, that'd be great, yeah.
Like,
get a video.
Bro, it's just insane. I genuinely think this game doesn't deserve to be review bombed. It's actually a crazy good game. Shadow dropped anti-cheat. And again, okay, so the recent review bomb, the first review bomb, it was just consistent of that. They should make it. You shouldn't even be allowed to exist in the review page unless you pass 10 hours. True. Not even 20 hours, bro, honestly. Like, it's insane. So the first review bomb, all right, we're gonna take out pointers. It was lackluster story, time gating, and currencies. Apparently, those were the 3 main things that I heard. Right, my problems with the game are different things. My problems with the game were, yes, it had a lackluster story, but after the recent stories, it's gotten a lot better, especially with the voice actors. I'm in love with the voice actors because I love Kirito. So there's that, and so that is improved for me. But one of my biggest complaints is literally just the input delay between mounts when you're using AWSD and other stuff. But like other stuff, as in like there's ways around it. You know what I mean? I think the combat's great. I think the fact that you can farm dungeons with friends as much as you want is great. Like, I don't know, bro. It's insane. And the recent review bomb is because of Linux, which again, like you guys explained, it's just a time and costly for companies. And most anti-cheats, 90% of anti-cheats, don't support Linux. So regardless, TLDR, they should have expected the game, because it's a popular game, it became popular, that they were going to drop an anti-cheat. And 90% of anti-cheats don't support Linux. Correct? Right, chat? So it's like they were playing a game that was basically on like borrowed time. Right? So most developers anti-cheats don't support Linux. According to you guys, I don't know shit about Linux. I mean, I feel like this is just something that was bound to happen if you know a lot of games don't support Linux. It's just stupid. It's just like saying, hey, look at the words for bad reviews. Wait, what is it? Wait, how do you look? What's the review type?
If you look underneath the review, there's like little badges.
Extra helpful. Chester the Clown. Yo, that's funny. So that's correct, right, guys? TLDR is they basically were playing on borrowed time, and when that time was taken away because they knew it was coming and the anti-cheat was coming because the game is popular and people are bound to cheat on the popular game, they basically got mad because the privilege to play the game was taken away because 90% to 95% of anti-cheats don't support Linux, right? That's the conclusion. That's like that's what we like, understand before I get fucking trash talked for being wrong or some shit.
Wrong, it's Knight's fault. I don't know shit about Linux.
Is that correct, Knight? Yep. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean this is really dumb. This is really dumb, honestly. Then like it's like saying, it's literally like saying, hey, I'm gonna go rob a bank. I have 100K. Because I robbed the bank. Now I know the police is going to get me and I won't be able to enjoy this money anymore. And eventually the cop gets the robber. That's basically what's happening. Obviously, playing on a Linux isn't a crime. But like I'm just saying like...
Could be a crime.
I mean, it's not a crime, but it's just like that's basically what I'm getting. Like I'm understanding is like they knew it was gonna come eventually. All popular games get an anti-cheat. That's insane. This is stupid. The fact that it's being review bombed for those two incidents is the dumbest shit ever. It's really dumb. All right, let's look at the other reviews. This will be a review from someone who has played basically every MMO on the market, from WoW, GW2, ESO, BDO, New World. Where's Lost Ark on this, bro? You haven't played every single MMO? What the fuck? Also played gacha games, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, ZZZ, WoW, predatory mechanics. This in many type of negative reviews. No, this is not a Genshin Impact 2. The similarities stop at the art style. It's amazing. That is so true. I always compare this game to a WoW Genshin. It's not WoW because the cinematics in WoW are insane. So I always compare this game to a Genshin MMO, which honestly the similarities only stop at the art style, like this person said. I agree.
Well, that's another thing people are saying. Apparently, I don't know, these are kind of fucking crazy people, but they're saying that some Genshin people are hating on the game and review bombing because it's not Genshin. Genshin has been known to do that to other gachas, and they might think this is one.
That is dumb.
That's what I saw on a YouTube video. Yeah, no, they review bomb gachas all the time. That's like their main thing. They might have attacked this one because they thought it was a gacha.
Maybe I upload this to YouTube.
They did to WoW.
This was actually it was a pretty good topic to talk about, honestly, and see all these reviews, bro. This is insane. Almost killed WoW with a review, bro. Hey, WoW cannot be stopped. WoW is its own culture. WoW is so good it survived Genshin Impact players bombing, bro. It's Tina runtime. WoW's peak. WoW's fucking peak, bro. Yo, that game made me believe that any game can survive Genshin Impact's fucking review bombing. But yeah, that's insane. I will say the last thing before I hop off of this review section, which we didn't look at much, but from what we've heard and seen here, catastrophe, awful first impression, mid at best, storyline's insane. Focus and stamina systems, bro. Fucking Genshin has a stamina. WoW has a stamina system, bro. What are we saying right now? This here too. Oh, this is so stupid. Looks like they put heart and soul into it, bro. I want to play WoW again, bro. I just know I'm gonna get sucked into that game, bro. All right, last thing before I hop off of this review thing, I will say I feel like a lot of players also review bombed this because their favorite creator doesn't like the game. What I want is people to just play the game and see if they like it. I've seen so many people where like one streamer doesn't like the game, they immediately all don't like the game. Like, it's just the dumbest shit ever. It genuinely is the dumbest shit ever. Let me go give it a bad review. Like, yeah. No, I think it's pretty dumb, honestly. But yeah, I think that's something that shouldn't happen. I feel like as much as I love a lot of the streamers that are reviewing the game, I think one of the best streamers to review the game, all the negative reviews of creators is like it has dumb review. It's like the dumbest shit ever. It's like the time gate, and then it's like the lackluster story when the game's only been out for 2 days, and then it's like what like some other random shit, bro. It's genuinely dumb. My favorite person to review games, though, if I'd say has the best review, is always Lofty. Lofty always has the best review, and it's so completely uncensored and honest. Like, honestly, that's not, if that person says it's bad, chances are the game is probably bad. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna not try the game, but if she says it's bad, it's probably bad. And she hardly hates a lot of games. She played Crystal of Outland. She loved Crystal of Outland. She probably loves this game. I don't know. I haven't really seen too much videos of this game. She covered this lore and story and shit, whatever. Like reviewed it and like the China game in this game. So hey, I'm just saying, Lofty does great reviews, and that's the only person I trust. It's crazy that people, but yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just don't rock with anime, and it's an acquired taste. It really is an acquired taste. But I feel like a lot of people can't just like. It's like, bro, you're downloading and playing an anime game. It's like if I were to download Elden Ring, even though everybody says it's good, and be like, I'm not really into medieval shit. I don't like the game. You know what? It's so dumb, bro. It's so dumb. It really is dumb. Like a lot of the, it's a very anime-y game. Like it's so dumb.
若き冒険者さん、最後にもう一つだけ頼まれてくれないか。オルベラに伝えてくれ。過去にとらわれず、前へ進んでほしい。
Yo, alright. Yo, alright. So these motherfuckers said the story was lackluster. Why the fuck is a second person dead in the story and the game's only been out for 6 days? What are we saying right now? Yo, what the fuck happened? What did I miss?
Bro, skills, stop killing everyone. What the hell?
Bro,